I am not a flat earther. I would say I am a round earth skeptic. Here we are, man. We back. Episode 4, another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia. I'm your host, Gary G. Garcia, here with my man, Brian Licata.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, 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 man. Me and Brian didn't even talk when we came in today because we haven't seen each other in a few days. You went on a vacation.
Yes, I did.
Let's start with that, man. How was your vacation? Where did you went to Florida?
All right, so you want to hear the continuation of the Spirit Saga?
Oh, yes, please. Please. You know I love a callback.
Yeah, so all right. So they make you book online, right? Like, or not book, to check in for the flight. So I go to check in, and you got to do it 24 hours beforehand. And I go to check in, and the website is down. So now I can't check in. And now I'm bugging out because, like, it was the morning I was leaving. And I'm like, well, maybe I can't get my fucking boarding pass.
Well, I mean, obviously they're going to have to adjust that, right?
Yeah, but with them, you don't know. So I called.
His Spirit.
I called, and the guy was like, yeah, system's down. Call me back in 3 hours. I was like, 3 hours? You fucking kidding me?
But did you mention that in 3 hours, it wouldn't be 24 hours?
You can't start until 24 hours before. It doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't have to do it 24 hours before. You just got to wait 24 hours before you.
Correct.
I'm with you.
Correct.
I don't do a lot of flying. So.
Yeah. So anyway, I end up getting the tickets. I get to the rental car place that I also booked through Spirit. So I get to the rental car place, and the lady's like, yeah, I think the airline messed this up, so we're gonna have to do something else. So she's like, she's pulling out like the carbon copy paper, taking down all my information, doing it and everything like that. But I waited in line for like 30 minutes to get this rental car. And then finally did get the car, which was sick. It was a Camaro convertible.
Dude, I've waited longer than that for fucking shawarma. So go ahead. So you get up there. They gave you a different car?
No, I got the car that I was supposed to get.
Okay.
Which was dope. It was a Camaro convertible. It was like an SS, bro. It was so fucking fast.
Yeah, I saw your pictures posting up.
Yeah, bro. The first thing I did was I got on 95 and just slammed on the gas. And my girl's like, slow the fuck down. She's like, if you want to drive like that, fine, but just drop me off at the hotel first. She's like, I'm not trying to do this shit. But most of the vacation was dope. The way Spirit fucked me on the end was like they have these little like it almost looks like an ATM or like one of those touchscreen things where you order to check in on the way home.
Yeah.
So I got to the airport like a little bit early because I knew something was going to be fucked up.
Well, I mean, when you're going with that attitude right off the bat,
the
energy will provide. You're going in there with the energy that's going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
So the world will accommodate you on that. So what happened?
Spirit definitely accommodated me in that fashion, of course. So we get there like 2.5 hours before the flight, and there's nobody there. No customer service attendant, no nothing. I had the same issue with getting the boarding passes. So then I go, and they're supposed to have these little kiosks that you you swipe the code from your phone and then it prints your shit out. And the kiosk was fucking broken. And I'm like bugging out, and my girl wasn't like, I just told her what days we had to go. I said, listen, I'll plan all this shit out. These are the days you got to take off. And she's like, yeah, fine. Okay. Yeah, whatever. She's just, along for the ride or whatever. But, I like talked to some people online, and everyone's like, yeah, they don't show up until like an hour and a half before the flight.
Makes sense. Makes sense. That's Spirit. Did they fix the seats, or do you still lean forward when you're flying and it always feels like you're crashing? Have you noticed that? It's like they want to make it as uncomfortable as possible. Dude,
the transit bus seats are more comfortable than like subway seats are more comfortable than those things.
Yeah, they're horrible. I remember like when I took it once, and it was like the whole time I was leaning forward. I'm like, we're taking off, and it feels like we're crashing downward. How does that make sense?
No, the way down, the plane was like kind of like old and kind of fucked up. But on the one coming back, it must have been a newer plane or something like that, because the seats were like kind of, they weren't comfy, but they weren't terrible. But still, man, for $600 round trip for 2 people and a rental car for 4 days, isn't bad. You know,
I don't know. For me, it's not worth the stress.
Yeah.
For me, it's not worth the stress. My piece is worth, you know, well, what more would you have spent? $100 more?
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
it's
like,
not worth it, especially when they throw in all those extra little charges, like they always do. You know, it's cheaper on the front end, like you said, but you know, you're a dude. They're always gonna fuck you on the back end.
I know.
You know.
I still have, and this is the shitty part, because there will be another conversation about Spirit, because I have $300 left in credit from them.
You should sell it to somebody for like $100.
You can't. You got to use it with your name on it.
Yeah. You can't gift it.
No, you can't.
Them
Can't
fuckers,
gift it. Or
boy.
anything. I know.
And you're going up in the sky, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like every time I fly, and I don't do it a lot, but I call up my daughter, be like, yeah, I'm getting ready to get on the plane. Just want to let you know I love you. And she'll be like, I love you too, Dad. I say, you know, in case. She's like, in case what? I go, look, I expect to land. I expect to land this motherfucker, but let's keep it real. Shit happens. And she'll be like, Dad, nothing's going to happen. I go, no, I know nothing's going to happen. I expect to land. But if it was to crash, nobody would be like, oh my God, a plane crashed? That's never happened before. Planes crash. Nobody ever thinks it's going to be theirs. You know, even if it's one in every fucking 50,000. I don't know how many planes have been up in the sky since the last crash. So you never know. You know, so I don't know if Spirit is the people I want to put. I don't even like the name Spirit. It suggests you're gonna crash, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit suggests you're gonna crash, man. You know, it's basically telling you there's a good chance when this ride is over, you'll be in spirit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here, man.
I just checked. There were 40 plane accidents in 2020, which is probably an off year because not that many people were traveling, and there was 300 deaths total worldwide.
300.
Yeah.
How many people survive? Not many.
Yeah.
People you don't survive. I hate when people go, there's more car crashes than plane crashes. Yeah, that might be true, but a lot of people walk away from car crashes. Yeah. You know, people flip over in the fucking cars and be coming out. You know? How many motherfuckers you know be flipping over in planes and living and shit? The fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not really with going up in the sky, man. I'm not really with it. If everything else is ran like shit, man, I'm not. I do it if I gotta do it.
Yeah, that's my thing with it too. It's like, all right, so you can spend 5 hours really round trip going to Florida. You know, hour to the airport, you know, hour wait, whatever. Get on the plane, you touch down in 5 hours. Fuck that drive. Have you ever driven to Florida? It's like 20 hours.
Yeah, but you can knock that out in like 2 days.
2 days, yeah. It's more expensive too. It would cost you, like, if you got to stay 2 nights.
It all depends who you're traveling with, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You got a crew of people or something.
Because it's not the destination, it's the journey, man.
Yeah, that's true.
So it all depends on who you're traveling with. You're traveling with a cool motherfucker, cool people. You're having a good time. You even take your time. Fuck it. Get there in 3 days. Make a couple of stops. You know, go sit in the rocking chairs out there at Cracker Barrel and shit. Play some oversized chess and hang out. See the fucking land in front of you, man. I mean, I'm not going to be able to travel soon. If you think about it. You know, if you think about it, you're not going to be able to travel if you ain't got the vaccine, and I'm not going to get it. So I'm not going to be able to, you know.
You think that's what's coming next? You say
well, I mean, already internationally, you can't travel if you don't get tested.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So if you can't travel, if you can't get tested, and I'm not going to get tested. Even if I got sick, I said it. I'll go home and get better. I'm not going to get fucking tested. So now because I don't want to go get tested because I feel fine, now I got to fucking, like, I don't remember before Corona, I don't remember when I had the flu. I'd be going, oh my God, is it the flu? Running to the doctor, is it strep throat? No, I fucking said my throat's bothering me. I fucking gargled with salt water. If it got too bad, I eventually went to the doctor. Didn't give a fuck what it was. Just give me what I need to get rid of the fucking thing. Mm-hmm. That's it. As far as I know, there's nothing the doctor can give me for coronavirus, so go fuck yourself. What the fuck am I going to go and find out? What is it? What is it? Since when did we start caring? I don't know. You used to, when you got a cold, did you run out to see if it was a cold or if it was the flu?
Bro, I haven't been to a doctor unless it was a doctor for detox. I haven't been to one in 10 years.
In 10 years.
Maybe even
I do
longer.
my physicals, man. I do my yearly physicals. I haven't done it this year because, I don't want to go to no fucking hospitals, man. Everything's different now with those. I don't know how that shit even works. Yeah, is it online? You know what I'm saying? Is it online? You got to show the doctor your dick through Zoom. You know what I'm saying?
He's like,
now you got to worry that you got
calls.
this fucking sick doctor sitting there taking the little, taking snaps of your dick and shit. Now you got dick pics. For all we know, doctors are showing dicks on that shit. They got some fucking crew. They probably got some fucking sick MD crew where they just send dick pics and titty shots to each other. Watch who you sending their shits out to, man. This is what happens when you leave a motherfucker in the house for 3 days, man. And don't let them get on this. This is what happens. I have a feeling this is going to go in some crazy directions today, people. Grab on, man. Hold on tight.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
I've been looking forward to this for 3 days, dog. I haven't been able to I've been home.
So I got to ask. So is it like a principle thing? Like, what's the aversion to getting the test? Because I've gotten like fucking 10 of them. And the only reason I've done it is because I've been seeing my brother who just had a baby, and him and his wife are concerned about COVID. And, in order to go to some family functions at like my mom's house, I just got a test just so like they could be,
I'm not against anyone going out and getting tested. If you want to go out and get tested, go out and get tested.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
I'm not against it. Why am I not going to do it?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well, for starters, I don't believe that the tests always come back right. I don't believe they're accurate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's been said that they're not accurate. I know people who do this shit for a living. They give them out all the time, and even they're like, I don't know how accurate they are. And I'm not feeling anything. That whole asystematic shit or whatever. Have you ever even heard? I never even heard that term till this shit came out. To be honest, I never even heard that term. I'm sure it's been around forever, but I've never heard it. That's like when they started kicking that train traffic shit in New York. Sorry, train traffic. I said, what train traffic? I thought we got on the train to avoid traffic. And then it wound up that whole shit was a scam, slowing down the trains. I don't
really. I never heard that about the train traffic.
Oh, you don't know that?
Yeah, I don't live in the city.
I don't know time as much, but I was working at the time, so we got to go back at least maybe 6 years, 7 years. Out of nowhere, the trains would always be slow. They'd stop everywhere you go. They'd stop in the tunnels for the longest, and they'd be like, we have train traffic ahead. Sorry, train traffic. Delays train traffic. I'm like, train traffic? Like I said, I thought we got on the train to avoid traffic. What do you mean? I've never heard train. I've heard of fucking congestion. You know what I'm saying? But they started using it. It was there every fucking time. And it wound up that they were slowing that shit down for like fucking, it's always about money. Somewhere about it was money. I didn't care enough to really know. I was just happy knowing I wasn't bugging that was a new fucking term. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, just knowing that I'm not bugging. There's nothing worse. It's like when you're being cheated on and you're like, no, you're wrong. And everything you're saying is right. And they make you feel like you crazy. So it's like, I just want to know that I'm not crazy sometimes. And I'm not crazy. Even with this, it's like, I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. And what don't I trust? It. That's what I don't trust. It. Because it all goes back to who's doing all this shit. And I don't trust what the fuck they're doing because I don't know what the fuck they're doing. So I'm just not going to get tested. For starters, I feel fine. My immune system is on fleek. If I ain't killed me yet, straight up, like my shit is on fleek. So I'm not worried about that shit, man. And if everyone wants to be worried, be worried. Stay 6 feet away from me. Don't come around me. I ain't got a problem with that, man. You could talk to me on a fucking can on a string, and you'll sound just like you sound when you come close anyway with that mask on. That's the same you sound through the fucking thing. We'll have the same conversation. Get the fuck out of here then, man. Why I gotta be as scared as you?
Yeah, I feel, pretty similar to how you do, at least like with the with like the test and stuff like that. I mean, you know, I got articles up right now and they say, you know, the PCR, which is like the better test, 63 to 98% accurate is what this one article is saying.
63%. It could be, and that's what I'm saying. Would that be admissible in court?
Right. Yeah.
If that's what DNA was. If DNA had those averages, would it be admissible in court?
Yeah, I think. I mean, you know, on the pandemic as a whole, I think what happened is they thought it was going to be really fucking bad in the beginning, like really, really bad, like, you know, kill like a large percentage of the world's population, and then they figured out it wasn't, but they didn't do any corrective measures to the process that happened. That's what I think. I think they thought it was going to be this big fucking thing, and then they didn't make any changes, and they're still acting like it's this big thing.
I think it did exactly what they, and when I say they, I mean whoever the fuck it is that's running all this shit. I don't know. I don't hang out with these motherfuckers and go golfing and drink baby blood with them. I don't know, you know. But whoever they are, it did exactly what they wanted it to do, which is create fear, create division, create panic, create this sense of need for the government. And the truth is we all do. Now we all need that fucking government to come through with that fucking stimulus, you know. It's all bullshit. I'm not saying the fact that people died ain't bullshit, man. You know, I'm not saying that. So don't get your panties in a fucking bunch, all right? Fucking unclench. I'm just saying, man, I don't believe every fucking thing that they're telling us because it's unbelievable. You know? And I don't buy the bullshit. Why am I going to go and get tested? I feel fine. Oh, you could be asymptomatic. Then stay the fuck away from me. I ain't got to worry about it. I'm fine. Oh, you don't care. Supposedly, I got that shit before it was even popular. That shit became popular, what, in March? February, March?
Yeah, it was.
And they said if you were sick in January, ending of December, I was sick in January, from January to the first week of March. I was sick for like 5 weeks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was sick for like 5 weeks. I performed every fucking night. You know what I'm saying? I even kept telling John, I was with John
Alvarez.
He was staying in my house, and I kept telling him, dude, I'm sick. Don't smoke no blunts with me. He's like, I don't give a fuck about that. We were smoking blunts. He didn't catch shit.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? I used the mic with everybody. Nobody caught shit. I got that shit before it became, I got that shit when it used to be called bass. Before that shit was called crack. I got it before it was fucking popular. Before it was the new boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? And there'll be something else next year. And the funny thing is, now everyone's catching that shit now, right? Everyone's catching it. But, and I'm not saying I want people to start dying, but everybody I know who's catching it now, they're like, oh, they're coming up positive on their test. You know, I felt sick for like 2-3 days. It was fucked up for 2. Yeah. I had the flu like that too. You've never been sick?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, you've never been sick? Oh, it's different. It's so different. Yeah, it's different. They got all y'all motherfuckers bugging out over this one. The only thing different about it is y'all are bugging out over this one. You know what I'm saying? And it don't make sense. Oh, I agree with you. It don't make sense. Listen, it's laying it out, people. There's going to come a point straight up. And I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to grab my musket and be out there and start no shit. I'm not trying to start no shit. But the truth of the matter is there's going to come a point where being on the sidelines is no longer acceptable. Not making the choice is going to be your choice. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yeah, the thing.
Where are the warriors at? Where are the motherfuckers that are ready to question shit and not just roll with it because, oh, okay, it don't make sense, but I'm going to do it anyway? Where are the warriors at? I'm probably going to get wiped out quick. I'm a little dude, you know what I'm saying? So when it licks off, I'll get wiped out quick, but hopefully
You're quick though, right?
Yeah, I'm a little quick, and I'm good in like rumbles, because I'm that dude that kind of dips around and just hits people that are like fucking with, like, they got the upper hand on you. I run by, pow, let you get the upper hand, and I keep moving. Eventually they catch me though, man.
Yo, the thing I
you run into a fist eventually.
The thing I keep telling some of my friends about, and this is one reason I like you too, because we're both into like documentaries and stuff like that. And if you study any sort of history whatsoever, you know that like we don't live in a stable environment at all. It's not stable at all. We've gotten like super soft with like, you know, all the modern, you know, whatever the fuck, you know, whatever it is, TV, houses, you know. But, you know, it hasn't been like this for like, you know, most of human civilization. People just get wiped out. They die. They war. Like this is the nature of the earth and of people who are here. And to expect anything different, like when you're talking about choosing sides, like it's not like it hasn't happened before. It's most likely probably going to happen again. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't understand how people can be so blind to that kind of shit sometimes.
It's because they want to be.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right about that.
It's because they want to be. Ignorance is a choice in this day and age, man. It's because you want to be. I mean, even if I'm wrong on a bunch of shit, you know, there's enough shit to be questioned. There's enough shit to make people go, yo, yeah, what's up with that? What's the story with that? Just explain it to me. Give me something that I can go home with and go to sleep with that says that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. None of these rules make sense. You got every single place breaking rules. Every single place you go, no one's following all the rules. Not that I give a fuck, you know. But you go to restaurants, you go to a club that's only bottle, no dance. You go anywhere, and they're all bending the rules. They're all choosing to draw a line where they want to draw the line. So it comes down to motherfucker, draw the line in the front. Draw the line right up in the front. Say this shit is all bullshit. And everybody fucking just go back to doing what the fuck they do. Being in control of your own health and being in control of how you want to live and whether or not you're afraid. If you want to wear the mask, listen, man. You know, when Gucci starts making hazmat suits, you going out and picking one up? It's going to happen. Full hazmat suits. They're not going to be like the real shit, but it'll be shaped like it and everything, make you feel secure. You're going to go out and get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Living in a world where only you can smell your own farts. Because that shit ain't released no more. And you just fucking die in the smell of your own fucking breath and farts and sweat.
Yeah, yo, the crazy part is I'm looking at some of the COVID stats right now. They said New Jersey has had... what was this case rate? So 329 per 1,000 people, I guess, in the last 7 days. Florida's at 146, and Texas is at 88. And both those states are wide the fuck open. I mean, when I was in Florida, they had mask mandates specific by county. But like once you got into a restaurant, everyone was sitting down and it was like normal. Like the waitresses were wearing masks and all the servers and stuff like that, but nobody else. But I mean, part of it is like, you know, people down there are, I would assume, a little bit healthier as a whole than people up here. Like they're outside, they're doing shit all the time, like all year round. They probably have better immune systems.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, man. Look, I'm not gonna. Look, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, man. I'm not trying to be one of these internet fucking doctors. I know me. I know my body. You can't tell me what I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that I feel good and I'm all right. And you know what? If I get sick, I could have had that shit back. And I was fucked up. And, you know, before it became popular, when that shit was based, I might have got hooked on it for a little while, you know. But once it turned into crack, I said, I don't want no part of that. I've been fine, you know. I don't run out. Go get tested for what? For that cough. That cough's been with me since I was fucking 13, okay? So cut it out.
I went and got tested like right when I got back from Florida because my girl wasn't like feeling great or whatever, and the doctor was like, well, you might want to come back and, you know, get tested again in a couple days because, you know, they might not be all that like accurate or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta wait a couple of days. You gotta wait a couple of days. You know, it's all just whatever, man. I don't even know, but I know I'm not. Look, man, the problem is that if you ask, is this still America? People will be like, yeah, but is it? Y'all remember that whole declared state of emergency? Google what that shit means, and then ask yourself, because I don't remember them giving up that power, and they're not going to give up that power. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're not. People think that things are different. Yeah, things are different. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They can come in here if they don't like what I'm saying. Shut me fucking down. Fucking pull me into a fucking prison because I don't want to get tested because I feel fine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not against it. Listen, go get that fucking vaccine, man. Go run out and get it. Let me know. Post that shit so I can see that you got it and I can follow you. I be looking at people like, yo, you gonna make a good looking zombie. As far as zombies go, you're gonna make a good looking one. Look, all I know is from the 90s, late 80s, 90s, every single zombie movie that you see, what causes it? It's either a virus that caused it or a vaccine that caused it. You understand what I'm saying? On all of them, 28 days, all that shit. It's all vaccines and fucking viruses that are causing those zombies. It's not like back in the 70s where it was like some spray chemical and it came out the ground. No, now it's like healthy people. They're not dying. They're transitioning into these motherfucking zombies. And I never used to like, listen, this shit sounds all ridiculous and shit. And it sounds like I'm trying to be funny or whatever. And in a sense, I don't know. I think it is all ridiculous in a sense. But I do know that factually they've had, what do they call that when they do runs just in case shit happens?
We're talking about like trials?
Like military trials and shit of zombie apocalypses. They have acted out and had trainings of zombie. Why are you training for zombie apocalypses if that shit is so fucking far-fetched? And is it that far-fetched? I mean, I used to think that all the shit going on now is far-fetched. You know, we live in a movie that we used to watch. And to us, we watched it and was like, that would be bugged if that happened. And then it fucking happened. You know, look at your eyes right now, bugging out. You just looked up that zombie shit, didn't you?
Yeah, they did it in 2011. Supposedly found buried on a secret military computer. Tells planners how to defeat an invasion of flesh eaters and how to preserve the sanctity of non-zombie life. Magic zombies, chicken zombies, even vegetarian zombies, which I guess are vegans.
So vegans ain't got to worry about it, but they'll be the first ones who get eaten because they can't run. How far can they fucking? Well, they run. A lot of them run. Yeah. Maybe that's why they running. Maybe they know something we don't. That's why they doing those 25Ks, 50K runs, motherfucker. They gonna be the ones who live. You know, they gonna be the ones who live. Shit, big up to the vegans. Pew pew.
Oh man.
You know, but I'm just saying, why would they even do that if... And I'm not saying that like I believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just, the information's out there. I've seen it. I look at what's going on. You know, I know that when they talk about alien invasions and shit like that, how hard is it for them to fake an alien invasion?
Do you remember the...
How hard? They got ships that we don't even know what they look like. You know what I'm saying? They got shit that we don't even know what it looks like. You know, like think about it. Back in the day when what was that? That black thing they made that time. Remember, it was all black and like it was a big thing. I think
was it? You talking about like the black stealth bomber?
It was like, yeah, but it wasn't called the stealth bomber. It was called something else. I can't remember, but it was like the first one. It was all black. It was sleek. It didn't look like any other fucking plane you ever saw. So I'm sure they got planes and shit that we ain't seen. But even bigger than that, dog, is the technology they have. Blunt cough. The technology they have as far as holograms go is insane. I went to Ohio, right, with Mike Merck on the road to go see the Hall of Fame football, right? We go to the Hall of Fame football. It's in Ohio. It's in this little fucking spot. That's probably like their big thing out there is this thing.
Yeah. It's in Dayton, right? In
I
Dayton
think so.
or around there?
Terrible, around there somewhere. But we go in there, dog, and I'm keeping you fact checking me too, right? You quick on these fingers right now. You can't even keep up.
I'm trying
to
get better.
You can't even keep up right now. It's like your eyes lighting up on the zombie shit. But here's the thing. We went into this room to watch what they told us was a movie, right? And we go in and it's a locker room with all these, memorabilia hanging in there and shit. And then there's like a stage. And I said, is that where, what are we watching, a fucking play? And then the next thing you know, the lights go dark and shit. You get the surround sound shit happening. And fucking Joe Namath walks out. Joe Namath walks out. He walks out right in fucking front of us. And I'm looking at him like, yo. And then it took me a minute to realize it was a fucking hologram, you know, because you could see around.
But he was like moving?
He walked through the door. The door opened up. He walked through. Hey, how's everybody doing? And turning around, and you see everything around him. You didn't see no projection hitting him. You know what I'm saying?
That's weird.
And at first, I was just like, I thought it was a lookalike maybe. And then he disintegrated right in front of us, like into dust. And that's when you knew that was actually all right, that was a hologram. That shit was bugged. That's the technology in fucking Akron or Dayton, Ohio. Yeah. That they have in a football fucking
museum. Yeah.
So if they got that there, what do you think the government is fucking with? What do you think they got that we don't even know about?
Yeah, the crazy shit is some of the like robotic stuff that people are doing now is really wild. But you were talking about before about how they could fake an alien invasion. Back in the 30s, Orson Welles did like this radio program with War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
And like a bunch of people thought, you know, some people thought it was actually like happening, and other people thought that it was in reference to like a German invasion because it was.
But everybody lost their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, you know, that's back then in the days of the radios where people probably weren't as open as they are now. But you know, even still, like, you know, the internet's fucking great, but there's so much fucking bullshit on the internet.
Of course, because that's how you combat. You know what I'm saying? Information by putting out so much bullshit information and so much information that it becomes what's the real information. You know, getting back to that zombie shit, dude. You know. You ever look at somebody and think to yourself, like, if this was a zombie apocalypse, like, do you ever look at somebody and think, if you became a zombie, I would have no problem putting you down? Like, you ever look at something like that? Like, you just look at them and just be like, yo, if you turned into a zombie, like in those movies, sometimes you see like one of your peoples and you're like, oh man, yeah. And then the other dude just grabs it and takes it from you because he has to do what you have to do.
Right.
Yeah, man, I know a couple of people that if they turned in, they're going to be good zombies too, man. I know a lot of motherfuckers that are going to be good zombies. I don't think I'll have a problem taking them down as a zombie. You know what I'm saying? As a zombie. You know, if they're not a zombie, you know, run, live, don't get bit. But once you become a zombie, I'm not going to have a...
Get right after him. just get right.
You know, make sure I get that zombie if all the rest are gonna get me.
Did you watch The Walking Dead, the TV show?
I watched it. It had me watching it in the very beginning. I watched maybe like 2 or 3 seasons. What season did the mayor come in or whatever, the governor or whatever?
Dude, I only ever watched it for like a season or 2 and I was like, this is...
It's just immense violence. And I'm going to keep it real. I'm a violent dude. I don't need to be fed more violence, you know, and it was just violence and violence and violence. And really, at the end of the day, it's like I said, what it shows us is that even if there isn't a zombie apocalypse, the people who go down first are usually the really lucky ones, because all it proves is that people will still treat each other like shit. They'll still rape, they'll still fucking murder, they'll still fight over little pieces of fucking property or buildings or whatever, even with zombies around. The only difference is there'll be zombies there. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to what, at the end, like I sometimes sit there after the 4th season, I'm like, what are they really fighting for? I haven't seen them have one happy day in the last fucking 7 seasons. There hasn't been one fucking happy day. You know? One thing I do is that I'm not running to no military installations. That's never a good idea. How many movies do you have to watch to know that that's never a good idea to run to a military installation during a zombie apocalypse? And it's always the dude that has like 2 hot chicks with him. Never noticed that shit? It's like the dude, he got 2 hot chicks as they've been fucking running through zombies for fucking 3 seasons and they still look hot trying to find a military installation. Then they get to the military installation and, you know, it's a bunch of big dudes with guns, and you bringing them 2 ladies that you could have just went to some island with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have found some island, stole a boat. Somewhere you could steal a boat. Why don't more motherfuckers steal boats on these fucking zombie shits, man? Get a fucking boat, hit the water.
Yeah, it seems like the smartest move.
Find an island, especially if you got, you know, a chick.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Go to an island, man. Learn to fucking live. You ain't never watched an episode of Survival, fucking Naked and Afraid? Come on, man. Ugh. Or just go down in the first wave.
Yeah, make it quick on yourself.
Make it easy, man. Speaking of documentaries, yeah, I had an influx in the last. I've been home for like 4 days.
Yeah, what do you got for me?
I watched Murder Amongst
the Mormons. What'd you think?
Murder Amongst Mormons, man. That shit was crazy, dog. Right? That shit was crazy.
See, I was telling you when I watched it, it was like one of those things that I really wanted to watch, and it was like the week before I was going on vacation. So I kept watching and starting and stopping the first episode. Like I'd watch it for 20 minutes, and then something would fucking come up, and then I would go back to it. So when I told you about it, I wasn't sure how good it actually was because I was fucked up in the first episode.
That was crazy.
Wild, right?
If y'all ain't seen that shit is crazy. It's like this, that dude was a Mormon, right? He was raised Mormon. He was raised Mormon. The main dude who like
Hoffman.
Yo, this dude was going out and he was like selling what do you call it?
Dude, they were like historical documents.
Yeah, he found that shit is amazing. He buys a Bible, an old fucking Bible, and the pages are stuck together. His wife spreads them open, and they find what they call the Salomon letter, right?
Salamander, yep.
Salamander letter. Salamander letter, where it says that the dude from the Mormons wasn't inspired by an angel, but in fact, a white salamander came and spoke to him and led him to the golden plates which became the Mormon religion.
I gotta stop you real quick. Have you ever looked deeply into like the origins of the Mormon religion?
I never really looked deep into it.
Dude, it's so fucking strange.
That's what I'm saying. So how bad is so what? It was a white salamander, but they lost their shit because then everybody was like, oh, that dude was tripping or whatever. He wasn't following an angel. He was following a white salamander. Which I didn't understand anyway. Like, why was that such a big deal? Because, what? A spirit can't come through a white salamander?
I think part of it was the fact that the church had this narrative that they were trying to push. Yeah, that the guy
was a big angel that came and
I can't remember the angel's name.
Well, Christians have been trying to push that Jesus is white for years, man. It didn't hurt them when people started actually realizing that there was really no chance of that, but. They're still pushing it. They haven't wavered. Apparently, he lived in a lot of shade out there. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? He lived under the only fucking place that had a fucking, what do you call that? Fucking overhead shit. Fucking whatever, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know where I was going with that.
No, I don't.
I don't either.
But anyway, the beginning of the Mormon religion, was in the 1830s, I think, that this guy in upstate New York found these golden tablets that were the work of Christ.
Yeah, he was led there by an angel.
Yeah, and then just from that, if you told me that story, even as a child, I'd be like, So you're saying God wrote these pieces of plates and left them in some hill in upstate New York?
In upstate New York.
Nobody's in upstate New York ever.
In upstate New York. We will go to Queens. That's how he figured it out. He spun the gold. He said, we will put the gold upstate New York.
Take the New York State Thruway, exit 31.
Exit 31. But dude, here's the thing in reality, man, is that all religions kind of got some shit that you sit there and go, Moses lifted his arms and the sea spread and all these motherfuckers walked through it. Yeah. It's all, virgins having babies and whatever. Believe what it is. But my thinking is that what was the big deal if it wasn't an angel and it was a salamander? Because you're already believing that an angel came down. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not anti anything. I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but like, even in my beliefs, there's shit that people go, whatever. So what's the difference? Why did everybody make such a big deal? Like everybody, they became kind of like a laughing stock.
Yeah.
Because it was a salamander, witchcraft and whatever they said. But what's crazy through the whole thing is he made this shit up. He fucking made this shit up. He forged it. The dude was a diabolical genius, dude. He was a diabolical genius. You would think he works for the motherfuckers who raised the tolls and let everybody buy new cars, motherfucker. That's diabolical genius right there. He fucking figured out a way to forge. He forged the first written document. That motherfucker was crazy.
Yeah, that's when I knew there was something weird about it. Like when I first started, obviously, if it's going to be a Netflix documentary, there's going to be some crazy fucking twist to it. But I didn't see the whole forgery thing. Eventually, like halfway or in the beginning of the second episode, I saw that was coming on. But it was just like, and they were good forgeries too. Like he had the FBI fooled.
He had the FBI fucking check it. And that one dude just kept going deeper and deeper. See, some people just love their job too much. You know what I'm saying? Because that one dude was like, nah, fuck the FBI, fuck every other person who fucking checked this shit. But that's not what makes it dope, people. Because you're like, who cares about forgery? Who cares about forgery? This motherfucker blows people up. You know what I'm saying? When he thinks they're going to figure that shit out. He didn't give a fuck either. That motherfucker was friends with these people. They ate ribs with this dude. And they never had a clue.
Dude, and all
remix.
All of his neighbors too were like, no, yeah, it definitely wasn't him. He said, Mark, oh my God, Mark, yeah.
Such a genius, but he didn't think to buy a new jacket.
Yep. Yeah, that was it, the green jacket. The green jacket, yep.
Laziness is what caught that motherfucker. Laziness. He couldn't go out and get a new jacket. He spent all this time meticulous, right? Fucking insanity. That shit is insane, people. Check that shit out. I didn't even spoil it. I just gave you the fucking pump, but I might have spoiled it. You might not have to watch it anyway. No, watch it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
that dude is cold-blooded. He ain't cold-blooded?
Dude, yeah.
And the thing is, everybody acted like I couldn't believe it, but when I first saw him, he had that look.
Yeah.
He had that look. That, like you could tell. Like if there was a serial killer running around that area, I would have been like, check this dude out. You need to check him out. He just has that, like they got like that skin that look like almost like mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? Like they just look, like what don't people see that I see? Like somebody the other day, boom. I was figuring out how to bring this in, and here it is. It comes in.
Perfect.
The other day, somebody on Facebook, right? And they might watch this, they might not, and they probably won't even know I'm talking about them because that's how insane a motherfucker could be that you don't even realize. But this person put up, I'm back on Facebook, right? Was away for a while, going through some things, some tough times, some deep depression, but I worked through it and I'm feeling much better now. And the picture, they're like this. With those... like this in the picture, right? With those eyes, dog. I've seen those eyes before. They're not good eyes, man. I've seen those eyes on a lot of people that done things that people go, oh, I never saw it coming. I know what's coming. And then someone said on the comment, oh, you look great. No, she don't. He don't. I don't want to say with a female male, but I'm saying they don't look great. They look like they're about to fucking snap.
Maybe that comment was just so they weren't on the list when the person snaps. Maybe they knew.
Oh, you think I made the list?
Like
I might have made the list.
Like in school, I was always nice to the guys that were like a little unhinged. Because I'm like, man, if this kid comes to shoot, maybe he'll be like, oh yeah, Licati, he's a good guy. I have a small
spot in my heart for the unhinged. I know where it comes from.
Yeah, I do too.
But I'm just saying, to thy own self be true. You own not a mirror. Do you own not a mirror? Look in the mirror. If you looking back, if you see this looking back at you, and you putting on lipstick like yeah, you're not better. You still need help. There ain't nothing wrong with needing help. Why is there something wrong with needing help? And that people fight so hard to admit, like, you know, who you trying to be strong for? You know? Because it's either you ask for help or you fucking take those loony eyes and do something that comes with those loony eyes.
Yeah. Either to yourself or to other people or something.
Relax. You're too wound up. Nobody should have fucking more white than anything else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I'm like, yo, you're looking good. I'm feeling much better. You're not better. I wanted to say that. I wanted to say you're not better. But right away, you know, I'm crazy shaming or whatever the fuck else new name they want to create for what it is I'm doing right now. But motherfucker, you still need help. Get some fucking help. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody wants to be normal so bad that they're creating no normal. Nothing is normal. Mark my words, up will one day be down and down will one day be up. Because it's racist if you say up is this way, but what if you live in China? And your up is actually their down. And your left is actually their right. And you know, where the fuck is Waldo in all this? That's what's gonna happen. It's because everybody wants to be able to say you're normal. Motherfucker, you not normal. And it's okay. Mm-hmm. Understand what I'm saying? Like I'm not fucking normal. I might be what more people consider more normal to normalcy than not normal, but there has to be a normal, people. So let's say, what is it that's normal, right? I know I'm going on some deep shit. I know I'm going to lose some people, but I don't want those people around me any fucking way. But let's say what's normal, straight up in the sense of what's normal, right? What's normal is what keeps a species alive, right? Anything out of keeping a species alive, we would have to say is not normal. And that's okay. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay that you're not normal as far as what's considered normal. In fact, it's so okay that it's normal not to be normal. If that makes sense. To me, it does. Because what I'm saying is what's normal. What's normal is sperm, you know, hitting an egg. Mm-hmm. Egg creates a baby. Baby is born. Life continues. Anything outside of that, brother, I'm sorry, you're not normal. And I'm not dissing you. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You know, I'm not. No matter what it is. You know, we said the other day, people out there fucking horses and all kinds of shit. Whatever it is you're doing it. But can you say fucking horses is normal?
I would say not.
You would say it's not, right?
I would definitely
Only because
say
you're still allowed to say that. Because there's so many people in front of the horse fuckers that need to be called normal first.
Yeah.
You understand where I'm coming with this? Yeah, and I'm not dissing nobody. So before I get the most comments on my shit that I ever got from haters, just be true to yourself. I'm saying go out there and don't be normal. You know? The fuck? I got my tats because back in the day, that shit wasn't normal for people. That not everybody got tats. You see pussy motherfuckers walking around with tats. Shit. Now it's normal not to have tats. You know? Yeah. Women fighting all these causes and this and that, trying to change the way the game is. Change the way the game is. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to sit back and watch it all change. You know? Because I'm still going to be me. And I'm not normal. I'm not going to conform, you know? That's what it is. Why am I not going to take that motherfucking test to see if I got it? Because I'm not going to conform for stupidity. I'm a team player. Show me something that makes sense and I'll fucking rock and roll with that team. But don't show me some dumb shit and tell me to fucking accept it because, oh, that don't make sense. Yeah, I know it doesn't, but just do it anyway. That's conforming, you know? And at what point do you say, all right, I'm not going to do that anymore. I choose the beginning. So that when they come at me, they know already when they come at me, when they start looking at all those people who registered and they got their names and they're tracking everybody, you know what I'm saying? And they say, oh, gee, he didn't do it. Let's just kill him because he ain't gonna do it. He didn't do none of it. You know what I'm saying? Take me out quick. Take me to the dance hall quick. I don't give a fuck. Oh. Big up to John O'Vallis. Pew, pew. He has given me the actual terminology for the Jamaican slam dancing. See, if I'm going to teach you,
okay.
I'm going to teach you properly. It is called daggering. Daggering. That is what it's called. Daggering. And not only is it called daggering, but Wikipedia actually says daggering is a form of dance originating from Jamaica. I was right. See, boom. Big up Jamaica. Pew, pew. Reel it back. The dance incorporates the male dancer ramming his crotch area into the female dancer's buttocks and other forms of frantic movement. Daggering is not a traditional dance. It is of recent origin. Came out about 2006.
Dancehall.
All right? With dancehall. All right, people? So there you go. We're all learning something. We're learning about daggering. Right? Man. I feel like we fucking just blasted through a bunch of shit right now, and I don't even know. It's like a storm.
Yeah, no, we definitely we covered a lot.
There's one more thing I want to talk about, though. Because, we can't really do a show without at least having one conspiracy, right?
Let's send it.
There has to be one conspiracy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in for it.
Okay, so parents, man. Right? Because we were talking about maps, right? How they're trying to be more acceptable. Maps, minor appreciating person.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that, right? And
minor attracted persons.
Minor attracted person. I'm scared how you kind of remembered that so well. But I'm just saying, we know they're trying to lower the age of consent, Parents, man, what the fuck are y'all doing with your little 12, 13, 14-year-old girls on your TikToks with 4,000 followers, 5,000 followers? Who the fuck do you think is following your little 13, 14-year-old girl sitting there going, and you got 5,000 followers? Oh, my daughter got 5,000 followers. Yeah, about 4,980 of them are pervs. Sitting there fucking popping off watching your daughter do TikTok dances. People, wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the same people that when their kid gets fucking molested, they'll be like, oh, I never saw it coming. You never saw it coming. No 14-year-old should have fucking 5,000 fucking followers unless they got the next hit single coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's just a regular kid. 5,000 followers. 22,000 followers on some of these little kids doing TikTok
Dude,
videos.
I would even say some of those numbers are low. Like some of these like young kids, girls, guys, whatever, millions of followers. It's weird. My parents, because I like was in my teenage years when MySpace got big, and then Facebook was like kind of getting big, like right when I was like 14, 15, 16. My parents were like not into that shit. I remember my dad telling me, he's like, just know if you post something, that's going to be there forever. And even teachers and shit I had in school were like that.
What do you think they're doing? I love when people are so bugging out on all this other shit, and like you claim to care about the kids, care about the fucking kids. Get your kid off that shit. Your kid's shit should be private. The only thing that he should be friends with are people who are friends with that he knows.
Yeah.
You see a kid with fucking 1 million fucking followers. What do they do for a living? They go on TikTok. Yeah, you think they got 1 million kids watching your kids? And that other shit they doing now, man, dude, you gotta expose that shit for what it is. This is how sick it is. Those filters that make you look like a baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
They make you look young.
And they have something to make you look old too. That'll put like makeup and all other sorts
to make you look older, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. But the ones that are popping off with the fans only is older chicks putting that shit on, looking young.
This is on OnlyFans?
Yeah. And they got dudes fucking friending them. You know what I'm saying? And paying for them to be little, like they look like little girls. They look like they're fucking 12-year-olds.
Dude, that's fucking, I gotta look some stuff up.
I'm telling you, look it up, dog. Let it blow your mind. Let my mind blow your mind. I'm telling you, dude, and it's crazy. Then at the end, what they'll do is they'll take the filter off and you'll see the girl's holder and she'll go, this is all legal because I'm actually of legal age. You know, that's the sick shit that's out there on this fucking internet shit that we just give our kids to walk around with in their fucking phones. And then wonder why your kids are all fucked up. You know? Because they walk around with too much information and no guidance whatsoever. You know? And like, I'm pretty sure they got some young girls doing the opposite, like you said, pretending to be fucking older. But it's all out there, man. Them motherfuckers is trying to get your kids, yo. They're trying to fuck your kids. Protect your fucking kids, man. You know, like parents don't want to be nosy no more. They don't want to look at what their kids is doing. Oh, you got to let them be free. Let them be free. That's the society that's going to keep pushing the age limit down for kids to give more, you know, consent. One lady was talking about, and you could probably look this up too. One lady was talking about you shouldn't be able to wipe your kid. You shouldn't be able to wipe your kid's fucking body when they shit or pee without asking consent from the baby. There was one crazy bitch fucking kicking that shit, saying that babies can give consent.
I don't get it, dude. I really don't. I don't get where some of these people, like,
they're fucking wicked, evil fucking people. And these are the people that are like, you know, like they're in deep with all that shit. I'm sorry, man. Listen, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. I know I sound like a fucking nut. I never believed any of this shit. It's not like I'm like a gullible fucking dude, you know, but I've seen what I've seen. And I'm telling you, man, right now, man, you know, like you sitting here all worried about government shit. The government's going to do whatever the government wants to do with or without you. Get that through your fucking head. They're going to do whatever they want to do with or without you.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
So if you really want to change something, then really start seeing what you're up against and start seeing how deep that shit goes. You know? Start going like the other day, I saw this shit. The other day. Like I said, too much time at home. You know? I saw too many fucking I saw this documentary, the Miami show band massacre.
Okay, yeah, I haven't heard of this.
Oh my gosh, it's about this band called the Miami Show Band from Ireland. They were like the Irish Beatles.
Okay,
huge in like the 70s, and this is when Ireland was at war with itself, basically. You know what I'm saying? One end wanted to stay with the British, the other end wanted Ireland to be all, you know. I'm learning all this shit as I go because I've never been so deep. But what it shows you is that all these governments are fucking corrupt, dog. This band was big on both sides. Both sides loved this band. So these motherfuckers try to murder them. Like they killed like 3 of them.
Is this on?
It's on Netflix. It's called the Miami Showcase Massacre.
Okay. Yeah, I have to check. I've never even heard of that.
Check that shit out. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. Then I saw this shit the other day, you know, because I'll dig, you know, I'm home now, so I'm digging into some shit, and I see about the flat earth shit, right? What do you think about flat earth?
Personally, I think I don't know. I think it's ridiculous.
You think it's ridiculous that the earth would be flat?
Yeah.
Right? I'm not. I want to say this right off the bat before everyone starts flipping, because right off the bat, when you question anything, everybody starts flipping. I am not a flat earther. I would say I am a round earth skeptic.
Okay.
Let that one sink in. I'm just around it. Like, in other words, I feel like this. People say, what does it matter? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm still going to walk and be on my floor. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But does it matter? Because if in fact they have lied to us, if in fact they've been doing this shit since. So if that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason why they cling to it, really. Because if that's a fucking lie, then in reality, like what else? Do you think even if that was a lie, people would just wake up? Do you think finally people would be like, holy shit, we've been lied to forever?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like there's just got to be like, there's even been slips though. Like they've fucked up, you know, and like truth has come out about certain situations, and people are still just like, whatever they're telling me is fucking true, you know?
But I was just saying, like if you found out when people finally go, oh shit, yeah, no, these, like, I'm not saying it's flat. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they have raised some good questions. I have questions on why, like, well, it can't be flat because it's, you know, round makes more sense when you think it's dark in some places, right? When it's light where we are, you know, that kind of goes into the whole thing. But like one thing that was said that right away made me open my mind to the thought of let's see what they have to say was they taught us about the earth being round when we were way too young to even question it. We were taught that at an age where we take everything we're taught as fact.
Right.
We won't even question it. Did anyone question Santa Claus when they first was taught about Santa Claus? You know? So we're taught something that seems insignificant. You know, all right, the world is round, it's flat. It seems insignificant. You know, no one's ever rode off, as far as we know. No one's ever gone off the cliff if it's flat. But yet they teach it to us at a time where we're not even able to question it. In fact, it's taught so much, like throughout our lives, we don't question it, that the point comes where I question it because there's some questions that make you go, I'm insane for even thinking that.
Yeah, that's one of those for me too. Like if I try to think about it a little bit, I'm like, there's no fucking
sense. Way. Like when people go, it doesn't make sense that the world would be flat. Well, I don't know how big it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's how huge it is as far as if it is.
It's really hard to comprehend.
Maybe it's further than we all know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never traveled that far. I've never been to space, so I don't know if those pictures we see of space. There's a few things I know. NASA, which is where we get all our information from, was started with Nazis. Those were all the German fucking scientists that during Operation, what was it called? Operation Paperclip, I think it was called. We went out to get all those scientists who were Nazis and have them work for us, and we treated them very well and created NASA. So that's where those are the people we're putting our trust in. See, that alone makes me go, You know, am I right on that?
Yeah, you're right on Paperclip. The thing that makes me think too, like when you're talking about the space race, you know, like in the 60s when we were trying to beat, you know, the Soviets into space, like you look at it from one angle, you're like, okay, we're obviously, you know, in this Cold War between two countries, and the US has an incentive for thousands of reasons to get there before. But then, you know, if you think about the technology that was available to just the general public in 1962 or 63, whenever they went on the moon, like, man, well, they didn't really figure out cell phones good until recently. Like, they didn't even have the fucking internet then. And then you're going to tell me they went up into a rocket ship, and then communicated back and forth to each other
in space. I can't even talk to fucking Ray and fucking whoever the fuck he's in
Costa Rica.
I can't even get in touch with him on my cell phone, but they were talking to people in space. You question that, everyone bugs the fuck out. I'm just saying, doesn't that?
Yeah, that's. You know? I mean, I don't necessarily. I'm not really like a denier. I'd say I'm a skeptic, like you were saying about.
I'm just round-earth skeptic. I'm a round-earth skeptic. That's what I'm saying. Like, in other words, I feel like both sides of the spectrum have good arguments, both of them, and both of them can be rebutted pretty well. And I've been taught that it's round, so I'm kind of a round-earth skeptic more than I am a flat earther. But when people say it doesn't make sense, I sit there and go, well, I don't know. Does it not make sense? A plane takes off. Let's say like this was the earth, this flat thing. A plane takes off over here, right, and flies to fucking all the way over there. You know, it went up in the air and landed all the way over there. And then it comes back. Boom. Right? What doesn't make sense about that? But then you're saying that it goes around the circle, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets to a point where it's actually upside down. But because the force of gravity knows to keep that plane this far away from the earth, but not suck it into the, there's just some questions. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, why doesn't it just go like this and continue? I've never seen I don't watch pilots when they fly, but do they kind of go down a lot? Do they go down on that curve a little bit? I've been on wide turns and I always have to move the thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Do they ever kind of go down? Like, it just kind of stays snug around there. And then you go to Coney Island and you get on that Spin Master shit.
Oh, that holds you against the walls?
Yeah, right. It's not dangerous, right? Because it's like you never seen a spin that shit and everybody goes crashing to the middle.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody gets sucked out. So I know there's this whole theory that we've been taught about the apple falling on the head and the pull of gravity and G-force and this and that. I know that there's scientific explanations. Can't say I necessarily understand them. Because until Mr. Leone came along, I didn't care about science. Probably should have paid more attention. But I'm just saying, like, I've never seen anything spin and things got sucked to it. Whenever I saw something spin, things got sucked away from it.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, to me, that's a legitimate question. That's all. I'm not saying that right away, it's flat, But I'm saying, if we can believe that it goes like this, and at one point, it's now upside down, but the curve is so whatever, you don't even realize you're upside down. Okay. But
yeah, it's hard to think in like
no, but I'm saying, okay, all right, the scientific, you have to explain a lot, right? But if it was flat, how much do you have to explain? The pull, the gravity, G-force, you go up, you're not going straight into the sky because you level out right here and then you land it again. So you can't say that a flat earth doesn't make sense. And I don't mean flat like flat. Obviously, there's hills and valleys and shit like that going on. It's not, no one's claiming it to be like a flat surface. There's mountains and shit. And I'm not saying it's flat. I'm just saying when someone says it doesn't make sense, I sit there and go, well, no, I can see where it kind of does make sense. Now, what doesn't make sense is how no one's fallen off of it. But then again, I don't know how big it is. Has anybody ever come near the edge? Isn't there a thing that we're not allowed to fly over certain areas?
Yeah, there's definitely
boundaries where we're not allowed to go.
There's definitely no fly zones.
And who created those?
The government.
But which government? In other words, like, who controls the sky that they can tell other governments not to go in there?
I think it's if the sky is over your country. Like if you draw the borders of the country and then you just go straight up, you're not allowed to go in that area. I mean, of course you could, but a country like Iran or something like that will probably be scrambling some missiles, or like North Korea, get the fighter jets out there. So
yeah, but I'm saying, like, who says you can't go into like the North Antarctica? Who owns Antarctica? Who's that a part of? Like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to learn shit, people. Look, I got a GED, man. Don't sit here and say this motherfucker's crazy. I'm just trying to give y'all, as I learn shit that's out there, and just saying, man, question fucking everything. Am I wrong for questioning shit? Because I hear something that I sit there and go, that's a good question. Is that Michael?
I don't know. I'll look.
Hold on.
You want to look? Yeah, I'm looking into the no fly zones. Doesn't seem like you can't drive over or fly over Antarctica or anything like that.
You can't.
But yeah, I think you can. But that's the thing too. When you travel, you don't go up and around this way. You always go east and west.
That's what I'm saying. That's another question. Like, when you travel, you go this way and come back. You go this way. Isn't there a point where you travel, if it's on a round thing, where it would be easier and much shorter just to continue forward?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's questions there. Me being illiterate to this shit. Now I'm getting a little older. I want to know some of these answers. Not that it matters. I'm not like, if you find out the earth was flat, that everyone's going to start fucking falling off the edge now. I'm just saying, like, it matters in the sense of if they lied to us from the very beginning. From the very beginning, man. Yeah. That's like Truman shit.
Oh, like the Truman Show?
Yeah, man. That's like, and the thing is, Hollywood, man, listen. Art imitates life, not the other way around. Art imitates life, not the other way around. And the people who run shit love to throw shit in our faces and like put it out there like, you know, like entertainment in a sense. The best way to do shit is in your face, you know? And the best way to get people to look past what you're doing is to show it in their face a lot so that when they see you do it, they're just desensitized to it, you know? Now it's like, I see that all the time. It's no big thing.
The Truman Show is probably one of my top like favorite movies of all time. The first time I watched it, I was actually on a plane and I had one of those little portable DVD players, you know, like the old school one that like would flip up and had the little screen on it. And I think I might have eaten a couple of Xanax bars when I got on the plane or before I got on the plane.
Xanax like downers, right?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Not your thing? Yeah, they'll definitely chill you the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't.
Not into it?
I don't like that downer shit, man. I remember one time I forgot what I took. But I was getting my leg done at Fat Cat Tattoos. Big up to Fat Cat Tattoos, man. Big up to Kevin, man. Big up to fucking Tom Beans. Pew, 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 pew. But yo, it was hurting so much. And I forgot what it was he gave me.
It's probably like a Vicodin or a Percocet or something.
Perk. It was a Perk.
Percocet.
Yeah, I don't remember how many milligrams, but I took that shit. Yeah. Still hurt. And I said, dude, let me get another one. I took 2 of them. Whole tattoo hurt. Shits didn't kick in until after the tattoo. Then after the tattoo, the shit kicked in. We're all in my crib and I'm just like, and everybody's talking and I'm hearing everybody. I'm hearing the whole conversation. I'm wishing I could be a part of it. You know, I had so much I wanted to say, but I couldn't. I just, and then like I was there maybe like it felt like at least an hour. Everyone was just talking, not even caring. I felt like I could be dead right now. They don't even know. You know, I'm sitting right next to this dude. No one's even checked on me. Everyone's just talking. And then out of nowhere, I snapped out of it, stood up, ran to the bathroom, threw up.
Oh, yeah, they get you like that.
And then I just sat back down. I was like, oh, I'm so glad that's over. I felt better instantly.
Yeah.
Ugh. That shit is crazy, man. I don't like that feeling, man. I don't know how people get into that. I want to move.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I like when you first start taking downers, opiates especially, like they'll get you down like that at first, but then when you build up a tolerance, it kind of has like the reverse effect. You know what I mean? You get like real speedy and you move and.
So the trick is in the tolerance.
Yeah. Especially, yeah. I mean,
I don't want to build up a tolerance today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to build a tolerance up to anything.
Why even bother? I tried. I was just like, and I only did it to try to ease the pain of the tat. Didn't work. I lost like 5 hours of my life. I'll never get back.
Yeah.
You know.
But anyway, I was watching the Truman Show, and I think I was maybe like 15 or 16. Maybe I was a little bit older, and my mind was just like, it was like instantly expanded into the world. Like it was like this eye-opening movie. I'm like, holy fucking shit! Like they do stuff like that. Like that's possible.
I mean, I used to think everything sounded crazy, but now nothing. See, it's not that I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist because it's not like I'm sitting out here creating conspiracies, nor do I believe in all of them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm just a government skeptic. What they tell us is true. And it makes you say, at what point, like, where does it end? Like, what is too crazy? You know? What is too crazy? That's the question. Like, if you hear that the government, you know, that whole Pizzagate shit, you find out that's true, which I believe it is. You know, that's one of the ones I believe. But let's say, you know, whether it is or isn't, doesn't, in all honesty, doesn't affect me. I'm over the age of kids that they would fuck with anyway. But that's fucked up. But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that comes out that that's true, which it won't now because of the people who now are in control. That shit ain't coming out. But I wouldn't be surprised. It's like, I just wouldn't be surprised if an alien invasion comes. And not even that they have to be real aliens. How hard is it to put a cloaking device, which you've seen in mad movies, which you think, you know, I used to think too, that's movie shit. But then I saw fucking Joe Namath walk out in front of me, you know what I'm saying? And I sit there and go, that's in fucking West Bubblefuck, you know, and they got this technology. So now I know that they have the technology to take a regular a regular jet fighter and put a hologram around it so that looks like what we've been told spaceships look like, you know, or even just use some of their new fucking technology fucking aircrafts, man. You're telling me they don't have aircrafts now that look like what we used to call spaceships, you know?
I got another documentary for you that I want you to watch. It's on Netflix. It's called Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers. I want you to check it out. The documentary wasn't super. It was okay, but the guy's story is unbelievable. So we got to talk about that,
dude.
We got to have that
Operation Odessa.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I fucking saw that shit. That was gangster. That was gangster, yo. Especially the dude was Cuban, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
One of them was Cuban. The one who was basically the strong man.
Yeah.
Who did he was the Cuban dude, and then you had
the Russian.
The Russian dude was what was his name? Conan?
No, hold on.
No. Hold on. I don't even remember. What was his name? Thor.
No, I don't think it was Thor.
Tarzan. That was his name. Tarzan. That was his name. Tarzan.
Dude, that documentary was nuts. So for people who don't know, this Russian, I guess he was kind of like a Russian gangster.
The Russian dude was a strip club owner
in Miami.
Miami. He started off as like a strong arm, collector. He was a collector for the mob. And after being a collector through the mob, he opened up his own strip club and his own restaurant, but he still kind of hooked people up. He hooked, right. Made connections with people, and then he had his boy who was the Jewish dude who sold fucking speedboats to fucking cartels and like new race cars to cartels and basically anybody who could afford them shits. But he was the dude who sold shit. And then they had the Cuban dude who was he was connected. Yeah. He was like a cartel dude, right?
Yeah.
They said, you'll never get him to be on this thing. And he came on. He's still on the run.
Yeah, dude, he's been on the run. So I listened to a podcast recently with the guy, the director and the producer, this guy, Tiller Russell. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he talked all about what happened, like with that shit. So I'm gonna give you some backstory real quick.
Yeah, do it.
So at the point in time when this guy heard about this story, that guy Tarzan was in a prison, and I want to say Panama or some other Central American.
So say Panama.
Yeah, we'll say Panama. So he's in this Panamanian prison, right?
Yeah.
And basically, how the prison system works down there is the prison guards work 9 to 5. There's no overnight shift. So at 5 o'clock, the prison guards just leave, and then the prison's just the prison. So he's trying to get a hold of this Tarzan guy for like a long period of time because he wants to tell the story. And Tarzan's like, oh, I can't do this because, make big problem in Russia or whatever.
I love the way you tell that story, motherfucker. You're doing characters. I'm loving it right now.
So then, he ends up, he gets, somebody gives him Tarzan's BlackBerry number, and Tarzan calls him and he's like, you want the story? You get the story. Come to Panama. You come see me in prison. So the dude flies down with like 10, 15 grand in cash, right? The documentary producer flies down to Panama, drives out to the prison, and it's like, whatever, at night or whatever. So he shows up and he sees the prison guard like way outside the prison, like, around, like they kept guys at the perimeter, but nobody inside.
Yeah.
So the prison guard, he slips him some cash, like $100. The prison guard's like, all right, here's what you're going to do. He's like, when I say go, you're just going to run. Just run as fast as you can, kick the door open, and then just keep running until you see Tarzan. So this guy has this bag full of money and just fucking books it. Straight through, kicks the prison door open, runs in, sits down, talks to the guy, and gets the whole fucking story. And that's how he started writing the story. And then he eventually was able to run back out. But that's how this dude got that story from Tarzan.
That's insane.
Wild, right?
I would not do it. Would you do that for a story? I mean, if that's what you do when you want, I'm not that nosy.
Yeah.
I grew up knowing less is more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to know. Even like the first question he asked that Cuban dude, he said, why are you going to ask me that fucking question? See, I'm not good at the voice. You do his voice. I'm just saying, like, that dude was gangster.
You're talking about the guy in the plane, right? The Cuban guy?
The Cuban dude, man. He was crazy, man.
Oh, so there's a story about the Cuban guy, too.
I'm sure there's plenty about him, yo. He's had bodies.
What was the thing that made him go on the run? I don't remember.
He set up to buy the fucking...
Oh, he went on the run from that story, right? That's why he went on the run?
He set up for them to buy the fucking... They were going to sell a submarine to a cartel.
The Cali cartel.
To the Cali cartel. This motherfucker goes on the boat with the dude. They're on the fucking submarine they got the fucking government to allow him to take pictures. And these motherfuckers are taking pictures on a Russian submarine. And they show the pictures to the cartel and they say, listen, if you want the money... if you want the submarine, I need the money now. I don't need all of it, but I'm gonna need $5 million up front.
Yeah, it was
something like $5 million up front. They gave this motherfucker $5 million. He ran on everybody. He left Tarzan and the other motherfucker holding the bag, dog. He broke out and went for the second payment. He still tried to get that because he said to have the second payment at 3:00 in this other place. So now these motherfuckers are already looking for him. They know he fucked them. And he has the nerve to go and try to pick up the second payment.
35 million was what he was trying to get for that. For
but he only got half of it.
Dogs.
Dude, and spent it all. But what's fucked up is when he went to go get the second half, he saw a dude in a car parked in front of dudes that looked like they were looking for him. So he called the guy up and said, dude, where are you? I'm in the cab right here waiting. And they jumped in that fucking cab and pulled that dude out and drove off with him. Some cab driver that had nothing to do with nothing. He was like, oh, I guess I'm not getting the rest of that money. They know when he drove away. The cab driver probably got killed. They probably killed that motherfucker. Even if they figured out he was wrong.
Yeah, they probably killed him anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, that was by far one of the craziest documentaries ever. So
he robbed him for that shit and jetted and spent it all, and he's still he sends him Christmas cards.
So the dude who made the documentary was like, I need to get I think his name was Tony Nestor or Yester or something like that. He was the dude in the plane, like the guy who stole all the money. So he's trying to get a hold of him, can't get a hold of him. Like, obviously this guy's not, going to answer or take the phone call.
What was he called again? He was called something.
Nelson Tony Yester was the guy's name.
But I'm saying the guy, the Cuban dude, didn't they call him something? The something? I don't know. I could be confusing my
Your Cubans?
No, I could be confusing my documentaries.
Yeah. So anyway,
I am.
He's like in Germany or somewhere in Europe, and he gets a phone call, and it's the dude Tony, and he's like, if you want to meet me, you got to meet me right now. But I'm in Nigeria. So the dude does the same thing. He's with his whole production crew, right? Because they're like starting, like filming this whole thing, like the whole Operation Odessa. Yeah. So he's like, all right, I got to go. So he books a fucking ticket, flies to Nigeria with all this cash. And then that's where he interviewed the guy, like how the whole series of interviews is like him on the plane, like on the runway and shit.
Yeah.
That's when he got all the thing. He took him and a cameraman and they went and they filmed the shit.
Dude.
It's wild, right?
That's when he wasn't flying on Spirit.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have got those tickets booked that quick, man. He wasn't flying on Spirit, dog.
You got to check this the director out. His name's Tiller Russell. He just produced I think it's a movie about the Silk Road, which was like the online Bitcoin like drug selling thing. And the dude that got arrested for that, he did a documentary about his life.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my list of things to watch.
I bought some drugs with Bitcoin, and it's crazy because I bought it. I purchased it back in the day when it was like a lot cheaper. So if that dude held on to it, it's like I paid maybe $20,000 for a fucking gram of Molly. Isn't that crazy? If you held on to it.
Yeah, dude. The thing with those online sites, like even the Silk Road, I did some Molly that somebody I know bought off the Silk Road, and it was fucking incredible. Like way better than anything I would get on the street.
Oh yeah, I used to get some real good stuff.
Like unbelievably good.
We used to get some good Molly, 2CB, LSD. We were getting some good shit. Yeah. We were getting it from like fucking whatever. But it was good off the internet, man.
Yeah.
Mail right to the fucking house. And then it's seen.
Yeah. Yeah. And that dude, his name is Ross Ulbricht, was the guy who started the Silk Road. When he got arrested, the federal government seized all of his Bitcoin.
Oh, shit.
Which is crazy. Like billions and billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. It's crazy. You got any?
John Ovalis is out here.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah. John Ovalis just got out here. And I'm going to have to go pick his dumb ass up, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's raining.
He wanted to do the podcast.
Too.
You know? But I told him he had to get out here early, man. You know, time waits for no man.
Nope.
You know? So he showed up a little late. When did we start? I don't even know when we started, man.
We started right about 2. It's about we're about an hour and 25 minutes in.
25 minutes, man. I think there was something else I wanted to talk to you. Oh, so I kind of caved and went to Dunkin' Donuts because it was more of I was like late and had to get to where I was going, and I needed to shove something in my gullet. So I went to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Hold on a second. Atlantic City? You went to the Dunkin' in Atlantic City?
Yeah. Okay. The one that I always go to that I stopped going to because of all the bad energy. So I go in and I said, let me get a sausage and cheese English muffin, no egg. She looks at me and goes, sausage and cheese English muffin, no egg. I said, yes. She said, would you like a coffee? I said, no, thank you. Boom. Right when the dude, and I'm looking on the thing, boom, says it right on the thing. Sausage and cheese, English muffin, no egg, right on the thing. I go to pick it up, he calls my number, and right when he gives it to me, I say, the weight of this bag says there's an egg on this motherfucker. That's what the weight is telling me. I don't remember sausage feeling this heavy on its own. I walk into my car, I open it up, egg. I said, this dumb motherfucker. I mean, I didn't go crazy. I didn't fucking, flip. I just rolled down my window and flicked it onto the window. And it stuck on the window. And I rolled up my window and ate my fucking sausage and cheese. But it's like, what the fuck? It is totally insane. Nothing is getting better. One day up will be down, people. Mark my words. One day up will be down. I had like some other deep shit I wanted to go into, but I guess I could save it for the next time. If it's worth me repeating, then I'll remember it. I had a lot of crazy thoughts about like feminism and how it's destroying women. I don't know. Should we get into that? I was just thinking, first of all, my first thought about feminism when I think about like women not liking men, I realized that feminism isn't against all men. It's just against white men, because Black and Spanish men really have no power to change anything for you. Like you didn't have to ask our permission to vote. You didn't have to ask people of color, men, you know what I'm saying, for rights to be at work. Think about it. If Black and men and Spanish men really had that right, abortion would have always been legal. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Women would have always been allowed to work. Hey, go to work. I'll stay home. I'll do the dishes. I'll stay home. Do that shit. We're not the ones, you know what I'm saying, who ever had any kind of power. So right off the bat, I realized I'm not really in that pool as to hating men, because Spanish and Black men, we never had power to change their lives. I mean, maybe individually, all men have been assholes to women in some shape, but hey, ladies, some of y'all have fucking fucked up some dudes too. So on an individual level, but they're struggling against us. But I'm starting to realize that you got to be careful and choose those shits wisely, because they're gonna fight their way right out of fucking existence. I'm telling you, man. Like, I don't understand why they've picked up on the battle of transgender, in a sense, being able to play in sports. Like, you're going to lose your sports.
Yeah, I really don't.
Like, they're fighting that battle, but I'm sitting here going, you know what's going to happen is, they're all going to, like, it's just like you got more sports transgenders. Like, if you get enough of them joining one team, who do you think is going to be the more powerful on those teams? Especially with fighting and shit like that. That one dude, they let that one chick who used to be a dude go in and fight and
MMA.
Beat the fuck.
Yeah, destroyed people.
Of course. Of course. It's like, is that really what you want? Is that really, do you really want, listen, you can't have equality and be special at the same time. So you got to ask yourself, how much, because there's going to come a point you don't want to be special at all. You don't want to be treated different and special at all. You want to be treated just the way men treat men. Is that really what you want? You want that kind of equality? Men don't give a fuck about each other. You don't want to have a little bit left of like, don't open the door for me. That's chauvinistic.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I saw something about that.
Don't pay my bill. Don't, fuck it. Then you do it. Get the door. No, we all got it. But you're already holding it. Can't you fucking just hold it a little longer for me? Get the door for me. Go to work. I'll stay home. You want to switch the game, switch it up. You think you can do a better job? Do a better job, man. I'll sit back and watch it all unfold, man. But there comes a point you're gonna work yourself right out of a motherfucking, out of a fucking, like, it's just too fucking much. What is what? Now they're saying that the term mom and dad. You heard that shit?
Yeah, I saw that.
They're going against the term mom and dad.
There's this thing I wanna send to you. A guy I used to live with gave it to me. This guy basically wrote a document, right? Like a short paper or whatever. It's called The Fate of Nations, and he analyzes all the great world superpowers over like the course of human history, like Egypt, Rome, Greece, blah 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 blah. And he figured out that each one of these nations or superpowers lasted roughly around the same time, between 250 and 400 years, like a 300 year range. And then he outlines all the things that were the downfalls of those societies. And a lot of it was, there was too much time for excess, right? Like, the way we have it now in America is it's so good. Now people are finding problems that don't exist and they're making up problems. And this is like another thing is like a welfare state and, blah, 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 and on and on and on. But he shows, and he's not talking about America specifically, but when you look at it and you read it and you see all the things that like took down these superpowers, you can just plug in all the shit like right into it.
I think if you plug in all that shit and you put it in a rap, I believe from what I've just seen, and I'm no historian or anything like that, but I believe that the fall of every great nation is when they lost their morality. If you look at the fall of every great nation, there was a big thing of right is now wrong, wrong is now right, in all those fucking situations. And that's what's going on now. If you look at what's going on in this country right now, they want an anything goes type of country. Now they created a name for me. I didn't even want a name, and they gave me a name. Apparently, I am a cis. I'm a cis person, a person who identifies as what they said you were from birth.
That's a thing?
Yeah. Do you identify as a man?
I do. Some people might not think I'm a man, but I identify as one.
You might not be the manliest man, but you identify as a dude, right? So on your birth certificate, when you were born, they identified you as a dude, right? So now you're a cis. I actually want to know about getting offended. That offends me. Keep your fucking titles to yourselves. How about that? How about I'm not a cis? How about I'm just a normal fucking dude who's not normal?
How do you spell that? Like,
I would think it's CIS. Cis.
CIS.
I know it's not with a T. Or SIS.
Huh. Cisgender. Yeah, here we go.
Cisgender. How do you spell that?
CIS gender. It's one word.
Yeah. Cisgender.
Informally abbreviated, CIS is one whose gender identity matches their sex assigned at birth.
Their sex assigned at birth. Like, first of all, no one assigns you that shit, man. No one gave me my dick. You know what I'm saying? They make that shit sound like when you were born, they were like, dick or vagina? Give him the dick. All right, man, strap that one on to him. You know? I mean, that just goes down to, listen, I don't fucking care if you want to, like, I don't want people to think that I am attacking any kind of, you know, transgender type of thing. I'm not. I don't care if you want to become a woman or if you want to become a man. I don't give a fuck. I don't. It don't affect me. What affects me is the person you are, and that's cool. I don't care. I'm not even the type of dude. I've heard dudes say, oh, if I ever got fooled by a transgender, I'll kill him. I'm like, you kill him? That's what you would do? Why would you kill him? You know what I'm saying? Well, what did they do to you that was so bad? They gave you a fucking blowjob that was probably the best blowjob you ever fucking had, and now you're questioning shit in your own head, so you take out that aggression on them? No, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it comes down to, I am just whatever. What attracts me is what attracts me. I don't give a fuck. I don't need a name. I don't need a title. Stop fucking putting titles on everything. I'm offended that you trying to call me some shit other than what look, I'm just a male, y'all. I'm just a regular dude. That's not normal. Okay? When people start to understand that they're not normal, that they're outside of the norm, then growing who you are, and that's fine, because being not normal is what makes us fucking great. You know? But there is a normal. Mm-hmm. There is a line that has to be fucking drawn on what, you know, because if anything goes, then what, man? Then what? You know, obviously, I just feel like, you know, there's gonna come a point you're gonna wrap yourself out of the games, ladies. Chill out and pick your wars wisely. I know I'm gonna lose a lot of fucking people who want to listen to me. I know I'm gonna lose them, but listen. Sometimes to get to the truth, you got to go through some dirty fucking garbage, you know? And I love everyone. I don't care what it is, but please think about it. Ladies, you're not upset like that this motherfucker, what's his name? From the fucking, from the Kardashians.
Yeah, Bruce
you're not
Jenner.
mad at all that Bruce Jenner became a woman, and in 1 year was the woman of the year? Woman of the year in 1 year. And everyone backed it. All the women was like, yeah, how? Ladies, really? That didn't get no woman? You're telling me there wasn't one woman who was up for that nomination? Like, get the fuck out of here. A woman for a year just learned how to pee sitting down, and they gave him woman of the year. They gave her woman of the year, him, her, you know, whatever, woman of the year. For just becoming a woman. I think he still got his dick, right?
I don't know. I never looked into it.
You never looked into it?
No, I'll find
Look
out.
into it.
I'll find
I think he still got his dick too, to be honest, man. I don't even think he tucked that motherfucker. And y'all had not one woman was outraged by that shit. I was outraged by that shit. I was outraged. 1 year, woman of the year. Come on. Come on. That shit is insane. Or was it person of the year? I don't even know. But either way, that's just insane, man. That's insane. But listen, if y'all cool with it, like I always say, to each their own. You know, you want to feel the way you want to feel the way you want to feel. Just don't fucking get mad at me for the way I feel. I'm not going to swing on nobody or hurt nobody because of what they do. Do you? I'm cool with it. What did you find over there?
He did eventually get it done, but it wasn't done initially.
Oh, so he did get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Yeah,
her.
2016.
Good for her.
I just can't get past that. I can't get past the face, man.
Why couldn't he get past his face when he was a he?
Yeah.
When she was a he, I couldn't get past the face. He always looked like kind of wax figured.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know. Made me question if Wheaties are really fucking healthy for you. All right, people. On that note, I feel like we've kept y'all long enough, man. I'm sorry for going so long. I just been locked down for a couple of days against my will, but still thriving. It's been good to talk to you. It's good to see you.
You too, man. Always fun.
Yeah, man. I feel like we blew through a lot of stuff, man. That's what happens when, you know, you get pent up and stuff like that. And you got to, Got a show tonight, man. Coho Brewing. I know by the time this comes out, the show will already be done, but check out Coho Brewing Company anyway, man. That's a dope spot. Dope little town bar over there, man. Good people support me a lot. If you want to see what I'm doing, check out my page, Gary G. Garcia, man. There's a link in my bio that takes you to everything I'm doing. I got a show coming up in Queens. I'll be out there in Jamaica on, I think it's the 3rd.
Daggering? You gonna be daggering in Jamaica?
No daggering for me. No, I couldn't even do that, man. I don't get it. But people have been, since I've talked about it, people have been sending me videos, all kinds of crazy videos of daggering, man. It's insane. It's insane. There was one with a little dude like me going up against this big chick's ass. She wasn't even moving. She was just like this. And he was just banging it. He was twirling around it, rolled on top of it and shit. It was crazy. Yeah, man. Daggering's not for me. It's not the answer to the twerk. My name's Gary G. Garcia. Brian, you got anything you want to add?
Nope, that's it. Enjoy the show.
Brian Licata, man. Thanks for checking out episode 4. Hopefully we see you again next week. Peace.